Yes, peeps, what's happening? I'm back. It's your boy Shaz. We're back on a Monday night special, all things football, and it's more transfer rumors today. And you know what? Without further ado, we're gonna get straight into it. But as my boy Shaz says, before he gives me an ass kicking, you know the drill. Here we go. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. As always, we are on 109 subscribers now. So thank you very much for those that are tuning in. I can see we've got a full house today of 13 subscribers. So let's get into it. As we've always mentioned, we are on the race to 200. So a big shout out to those that have helped us reach 100 subscribers or 100 plus now. We will be doing a special prize draw, as Shaz mentioned in the last video. Please make your YouTube profiles visible, because if they're not, we won't be able to enter your name into the draw. Or if you're having trouble, give us a shout and we'll help you do that or add your name to the list. And as always, follow us on our social media feeds below. You can see my Twitter handle there. That's the handle you need to follow if you need to reach me. And you can see our finished article, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. And as Shaz mentioned, we'll be looking to set up something on Instagram and Snapchat very soon. But you know what? Without further ado, I'm going to bring the main man on the show. I can't keep him waiting too long. Yes, bro.
Yes, bro. How's everything going, bro? We all good?
We are good. It's Monday night. Work's done. Can't complain. We have 16, 17 people watching. What more can you
Brilliant
ask
stuff,
for?
man. Brilliant stuff to start off the show. We've got a lot of people watching, so let's not keep them waiting.
No.
So, yeah, as you said, it's a special Monday night episode. We're getting straight into the transfer rumours. I'll let you kick it off, Shaz, with what you've heard so far, and I'll just pitch in when I can, and we'll go through everything we can.
That's fine. So, as you all know, the main big news that we covered last week or the week before is that your boy Varane has signed for Man United. He should be unveiled next week, pending a medical. Unless Shaz has heard anything differently, I believe he just has to quarantine.
So the rumor was that he was flying out today from Spain to Manchester. He quarantines for 5 days. I think he's double vaccinated and whatnot. So he only needs to quarantine for 5 days. After the 5 days, he gets his medical done. He signs his contract. And by bing, bada, boom, he's a Man United player. But before we move on from Varane, he's come out and said that before agreeing to come to United, he spoke at length with Paul Pogba about the move to United. So to me, that shows Pogba's helped bring him in at United. And obviously, Pogba's not going to help bring him in at United and then leave himself, is he? Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Pogba said he wants to stay at United, but he just doesn't want to sign the contract just yet. I think what he's going to do, he's going to wait till around Christmas, see how United are doing, have a look in, the performances, where they're in the table, and see if it's realistic that we're going to win a trophy. Because at the end of the day, he's come to United to win trophies, and if we're not winning trophies, he's going to want to leave. And I think if it's looking likely that we're not going to win any trophies this season, January transfer window, he'll probably look at signing with another club, which I believe he can do on free from January.
Yeah, correct.
Or in the last 6 months of his contract. So, yeah, he can do it for free. So, if I was United, I'd try and tie him down before the transfer window to stop that happening.
Absolutely.
Now, the other rumor is at United, what's his guy's name? Can't remember his name. Sorry. Jerome Boateng.
Jerome Boateng, Bayern Munich.
He's actually left Bayern Munich. His contract's expired. They've not offered him a new contract. And I believe he's a centre-back. Am I right, Shaz? He's a centre-back, yeah? Yeah. And he's come out in the press and said he wants to come to United. Okay. Now, and that's from him himself. I believe he was at Man City. And then he's gone to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, correct.
And now he's not been released. He's obviously they've let his contracts expire and they're not renewing it for whatever reason. He's 32, and he's got a dream move of coming to United, but United not even considering him as an option because we've just got Varane, and I think we're looking at Koundé and some other centre backs at the moment, which I believe will obviously, I think they'd probably be better than this guy. The other things that I've heard, you mentioned it to me earlier, Shaz, about Everton.
Yeah,
so James Rodriguez is free to leave Everton because he doesn't feature in the plans of Rafa Benitez. Now, what I've got a feeling he's just going to follow Ancelotti around and end up at Real Madrid again. I'm joking. I'm joking, man. That's not going to happen. But yeah, the talk about Everton is that they're looking at selling about 6 players to help provide funds for Rafa Benitez to buy some players. The names that I've heard mentioned are Rodriguez, as we've just said, Andreas Gomez, Yerry Mina, Fabian Delph, Bernard, and is it Saint-Toussaint? They're all players that Everton want to cash in this window to try and help Rafa Benitez buy the players that he wants. I've heard other rumours of United. So Barcelona are interested in signing your favourite centre-back at United, Victor Lindelof.
Who, Barcelona?
Yeah, Barcelona are looking. They're not looking at actually buying him, though. They're looking at a swap deal of they get Lindelof and we get Griezmann. Now, the way I see it is we don't need Griezmann. He's had such a bad season or so at Barcelona, and we don't need him. We've got Sancho, we've got Rashford, we've got Martial, we've got Greenwood, we've got Cavani, we've got Lingard. Where is this guy going to fit in? I mean, if we get him, then Lingard's obviously may fall down the pecking order. Mason Greenwood might fall down the pecking order. Martial most likely will because he can't be asked half the time when he plays anyway. So, where does he fit in, bro? Where does a player like that fit in?
No, I agree. But if I had to put my other hat on, I get to see Lindelof leave. We get to see a world-class player come in. And if, God forbid, Paul Pogba decides to walk, you have somebody there. Now, actually, I want to pose a different scenario to you. You shared an article with me today on Facebook, which was actually quite funny.
Which one? Shared quite a few, bro.
Oh, yeah. It's to do
the one about Grealish. Yeah, that was hilarious, bro.
So I'm going to pose the question because this is the big
what will Grealish do?
Man City have something an offer of 100 million, and
let's talk about this one, bro. Yeah. This is one of the big stories of the summer transfer. Is what is Jack Grealish going to do? Exactly. It's kind of like who shot Phil Mitchell or who killed Mr. Burns in The Simpsons or whatever, bro. You know where I'm going with this. So the way I see it is Grealish, obviously. I mean, with Grealish, it is a bit weird because if you've read some of the articles, bro, that I have, he's a Man United fan. And in 2012, he actually posted things on Twitter that he wanted United to win the Premier League that year over Man City. Now, as of today, those tweets have been deleted. Yeah. And what that shows is he's very interested in going to City. Now, and I think the main thing for Jack Grealish is trophies. I don't think he's going to win trophies at Aston Villa, let's be honest. I mean, what's he likely to win at Aston Villa? Maybe a League Cup, an FA Cup, maybe, if they're lucky. That's about it. I don't think they've got the chance of winning the Premier League or, a European Cup or anything like that, bro. So the way I see it, if it's Jack Grealish wants to win trophies, which every player in their career does, obviously, you're a footballer, you want to win trophies. You want something to show for your career. So the only way he's going to do that is by moving to another club. And at the moment, Man United aren't in for him. The only team that I know of that are in for him at the moment is Man City. And they've made an offer.
Yeah, exactly. To add to your point, we had this discussion on the last point where you said, Shaz, would you prefer Declan Rice or Grealish? And I said to you that I preferred Rice because creatively we're not short of talent.
But the thing is, bro, everyone likes Rice, innit? Everyone likes a bit of biryani, innit, bro? Oh, yeah. No, you know what I mean, bro? With Jack Grealish, I see him going to Man City. That's the only place I see him going this summer. Now, if he's doing it for trophies, if he's doing it for the trophies and he's doing it for the money, he's going to be at Man City. If he wants to do it for the money, he can stay at Aston Villa. They've offered him £200,000 a week to stay. And if he wants the money, he can stay there and be the best player, playing week in, week out, and smash it. But he's not going to win anything. That's it, bro. He's not going to win trophies. And that's where it boils down to for him. Does he want to win trophies? Yes.
Exactly. And one of the things I wanted to touch upon, because I'm sure you've read this as well, and I know this is slightly diverging off topic, but it's sort of linked. So we've heard that Kane is missed training. Does that mean no stay at Spurs? Now, what I've heard going back to the Grealish story is that if they sign Grealish, and let's be honest, I've seen the figure of what they put down is £100 million. So I'm not talking euros, I'm not talking dollars, I'm not talking.
We're not talking pennies here, people.
Pennies here. They literally are about to smash the British record for a player.
And they can't do that on two players. They can't pay 100 million for Kane, and they can't pay 100 million for Jack Grealish. It's impossible for a team to do, spend that much money plus wages, bro.
I'm gonna put my neck out on the line. I would say spending 100 million on Grealish is far better investment than on Kane. The reason I say that is, if you wanted a world-class striker, you could get Erling Haaland for half of that. What they're charging for Kane.
Yeah, not bang on. You bang on. I mean, I already spoke about Harry Kane in a previous episode, and I don't rate him. 100 million for Harry Kane is a waste of money, and Tottenham are they're robbing Man City here. They're robbing him of 100 million. They're giving him a player like Harry Kane, and getting 100 million for him, and that's way more than he's worth. In all honesty, bro, I think he's probably worth maybe 50 if you're lucky. I mean, if you look at his age, right, he's got what? He's 28, I believe. 27, 28. He's what? 5 years left, and that's the deal that he's going to sign at Man City. After that, striker's career is downhill. After that, he's going to lose his speed within that 5 years. He's going to lose his sharpness, his agility. Do you know what I mean? And why would you want to spend 100 million on a player like that when you could spend that 100 million on a player like you've just mentioned, Haaland? Haaland's 19, 20 years old. He can be at your club for 10, 15 years and smash it for all that. That's an investment of 100 million that you put in, not Harry Kane.
I know that Chelsea, I think today had a bid rejected for Erling Haaland. Which is not surprising considering the fact that Dortmund need an ace up their sleeve. But one other rumor I've heard is that both Leeds United and Spurs are in for Adama Traore of Wolves.
That's a big move.
He's rated at 30 to 40 million pounds.
Very good player, man. He's got good pace and he's got good strength. So that's a good deal for whoever gets him.
And I believe, and this goes back to another Man United rumor I've heard, that Bayern Munich manager Nagelsmann has said that Leon Goretzka, who has been linked with Man United, although I think they just mess around with United, they're confident that he will sign a contract extension. So I'm
going to talk about this, bro. I'm going to talk about what you've just mentioned there, because this is what annoys me about players. They say they're linked with Man United. Now, who's releasing these rumors that they're linked to Man United, right? So let's say you've got a player who's looking to re-sign with his current club, like this guy. Who's going to release the rumors that he's signing, or Man United are interested? His agent. His agent's going to leak that to the press, whether it's true or not, to put pressure on Bayern Munich to offer him a good deal. And a lot of people thought Varane was doing with United to get a better deal from Real Madrid, but he didn't do that. From day one, he said he's not re-signing with Real Madrid. He wants to go to United. Alex Ferguson was close to signing Varane before he went to Madrid, and he holds Man United in a very high regard, and that's one of the reasons he was coming to United. And the other reason, obviously, as we mentioned earlier, is Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba has spoke to him at length about Man United, about the project at Man United, what Solskjaer's doing at United. And I think that's helped with bringing Varane over to United, and that's what's going to help keep Paul Pogba there as well. The project at Man United has been ongoing for quite a while, is get rid of the deadwood and bring in players to replace them that are going to perform, that are better than them. And there's 3 players that are on the chopping block at United that I've heard of. There's Jesse Lingard, Martial, and Lingard. Yeah. And there's other players that have been mentioned, but those are the 3 bigger players that United are looking to sign. Look, United are actually looking to sell 10 players altogether.
Yeah.
To raise 100 million for more transfers, because obviously they've just spent 115 million on Varane and Sancho combined. So there's probably not a lot left in that transfer budget.
Exactly, yeah.
So they're going to have to sell these players for 100 million altogether to raise funds for maybe one more transfer this window, if possible, or save that money for next year and buy Haaland with it when his release clause of 64 million is activated.
Shaz, I think that's going to be the hottest transfer of the summer, because pretty much like the Jadon Sancho one that last year, 108 million, and then they brought it down, I think, to 73 million. I think same with Haaland next season. Dortmund are a selling club. What they do is they buy young talent, they build them up, build them into world-class players, and then sell them on. That's kind of their...
You bang on, bro. And I think with United, I think they're very confident in getting Haaland next season. Because the transfer fee is going to be reasonable at 65 million-ish. B, Haaland works with Solskjaer at Mold, and he's very keen to work with him again.
Yeah.
And the third part of it is he's very close with Sancho. They had a great partnership over at Dortmund, and reuniting them at United with the likes of Fernandes, Pogba if he stays, and then you've got Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, and all these other players around them. And bringing Haaland into that team as the number 9, centre forward, it's going to be a lethal combination at United if we can get Haaland next year, bro.
Exactly. Charles, before you carry on, let me bring up this comment that's just appeared. So as well, thank you very much.
Yes, bro.
Thank you very
much.
Big
up to Rayan, man. This guy tunes in and leaves comments all the time. Really big up to this guy.
Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, thank you very much to those that have subscribed and are tuning in. Please leave your comments and thoughts on anything today.
I mean, before we go any further, Shaz, before we do go any further, I just want to mention, obviously, like you just said, thank you for everyone that has subscribed and tuned in, to the channel. A big thank you to all those people, right? And as we've always mentioned, there is going to be a prize draw coming very soon. We were going to do it this weekend, just gone. But when we tried to get the list of subscribers, we only got 34, 35-ish. The rest of them are there, but when you subscribe in your YouTube account, you can make your subscription private or hidden.
Yeah.
Which means that you subscribe to the channel, but the channel can't see your name. And what that means is we can't put you in the draw because we don't know who you are. But we really appreciate you signing up, and we want to include you in the draw. So if you can, I don't know if it'll work if you change the settings to make it, your subscription seeable or visible to others. It might let us see it or not. I don't know. 100%. I'm not sure on that. But if you can make it unhidden, we will have a look at the list again on Saturday or Sunday morning, and we'll get something out for that on Sunday. We will definitely be doing the draw on Sunday. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and we will have that draw on Sunday.
Yeah.
Now back to what this video is about. It is the transfer rumors. Benzema at Real Madrid, he's going to get a new contract for 2 years. That's been planned since May. Hasn't been offered to him yet, but it's likely that it's coming soon. Arteta has said Granit Xhaka is going to stay with them. He's a key member of the squad, and they're offering him a new 4-year deal to 2025. That's due to be completed. They have had a bid from Roma for Yeah, for Xhaka, but they've turned it down. I think it was a 12 million euro bid with 3 million add-ons, which has been turned down.
Fair enough.
I believe the guy's name is Christian Romero. He's on his way to Spurs. There's a lot of talk with him going to Spurs. The deal is still ongoing. I don't think it's finished, but it looks like they're very close. There's a lot of reports saying it's close. So I believe he's a striker. Am I right, Shaz? Or is he a midfielder?
Who's this again?
Romero. I think his name's Christian Romero.
Romero. I need to actually check.
But either way, if he's a striker, I'm guessing it's a replacement for Harry Kane because, as we've mentioned, Harry Kane missed training, which is very unprofessional, if you ask me. I hate it when players do this. They try and hold the club to ransom by missing training. Now, from what I've heard, he's going to be fined for missing training because it's unsportsmanlike. It's very unprofessional to try and force the club to sell you. Yes, you've had a gentleman agreement with the club from last year to say you can leave this summer, which is fine. You've got the agreement, so do your job. Do what you're paid to do is come to training and play for the team until you're sold. You don't try and hold your club to ransom. I think that's very pathetic and it's very unprofessional. And I hate any player that does it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there's a couple of other rumours that for Man United that I mean, when I look at rumours and I get all this information, bro, a lot of it right now is Manchester United. I mean, I know I'm a big Man United fan and everything, and we've got a Man United show on this channel as well as Fergie Time, but I'm trying to include other teams in, but most of the news I'm getting is just Manchester United. And that's why most of what I'm talking about is United. But there are other rumours in there which I'm trying to include. So the next rumour is the Kieran Trippier situation. It's still very quiet on United's front because I don't think they're 100% sure at the moment on not Kieran Trippier, but on the future of Diogo Dalot.
Yeah.
AC Milan want him, but United want to offer him out on loan for another year with the option to buy him after. And I think that's where the negotiations are at the moment with that. Another loan move at United, but an outgoing loan, is Andres Pereira. I know he wants to play more first-team football, and he's happy to look at moving to other clubs, whether it's on loan, whether it's a permanent deal. The two clubs that I've heard that are in for him, there is Lazio, who have made an offer to keep him, a loan offer of 20 million for him. So a loan for 20 million, bro. That's mad. And apparently United have rejected that.
Okay.
I don't think it meets the valuation of the player, but it's only a loan deal, so it's quite surprising that they've offered 20 million on a loan, to be fair. The other club that I've heard that's in for him is, I believe they're called Fenerbahce.
Yeah.
Fenerbahce, that's the one, bro. I believe they're looking to keep him on permanent, and he's very interested in speaking to them about their project and what it holds for his future. So we could be seeing Pereira leave on a free or a loan by the end of this window.
I'm not too disappointed because we've talked about this, and
yeah,
the guy's got to go. He's on the edges. He's never really going to get play. He's got to go.
If you ask me, bro, he's not good enough to be in the United first team. He's what, 25, 26? He's hardly played in the first team at that, and I don't think he's good enough for the first team, unfortunately. I mean, he is a decent player, but not good. He's not better than Pogba. He's not better than Bruno, and he's not better than Rashford, Martial, Sancho, and Cavani. And that's why he doesn't feature for United. But saying that, he scored a cracker in pre-season. If you watched it, bro, he scored an absolute cracker. But that's a one-off for him. He doesn't score these type of goals all the time, but he does score regularly for, not very regularly, but for the reserves, or maybe if he's been out on loan before, he does score. But do you know what I mean? So for me, I prefer him to leave, and not because, because he's not going to be in the first team and he wants more first team football. that it makes sense for him to leave.
No, absolutely. I think we can make some good money off him.
I think we could get maybe 25. I mean, with the market now, you can get about 25, 30 million for a player like that, which, recoups some money that that we've just spent, and we can spend that on bringing in some more younger players like we did last season. We brought in Diallo, what's the other kid's name? Pellistri. Yeah, we brought in some young talent for the future of United. And I think that's what we need to keep doing. We need to keep bringing in the younger players as well as the more established players like Sancho and Varane.
Let me throw a name at you, Camavinga.
Camavinga. I think he's a decent player, but we've already got players that play that position, that defensive midfield role. Now, when I hear people talk about United need a defensive midfielder, why do we need another one? We've got Matic, we've got Fred, we've got McTominay, and they've been featuring for United all season, last season, them three in different, obviously, games. So why can't we rotate them in that position? I don't understand. Why do we need someone else? Matic is, he's a decent player.
Matic can do the job as long as he doesn't have to run that much because Bechara is gone.
So as a defensive midfielder, I think in the new formation, his job will be to help cover the defense, which Matic can do. Fred can do that and go forward. And same with McTominay. You've seen them both. Yes, they're a great partnership, McFred, but they can play better. They can play well whether they're partnered up or not, bro. And what I see is United don't need to spend that 25, 30, 40 million on a player that these people can, they can do the same job. So why bring someone in and spend that 30, 40 million on a player when you've got players that can already do that job? Unless you're looking at selling these players. Do you know what I mean? If you're looking at selling Matic, if you're looking at selling Fred and McTominay, if you're looking at selling all three of them, then bring someone in to replace three people back with one. It makes sense, but I don't think he's going to be selling all three of them, if you ask me. I think that would be a silly move because the partnership of Fred and McTominay is a good partnership when they play together, but I think going forward, that partnership isn't going to be seen as much unless it's going to be in the bigger games where we need more cover in defence. Yeah. But then that means you're going to have Sancho, Pogba, or Fernandes. One of those three you're going to have to sit out. So it's going to be a hard juggle for Solskjaer this season. But speaking on United, the news that I've heard of today, which was earlier this morning, this afternoon time, Dean Henderson will miss Man United's Scotland training camp.
COVID.
He's recovering from COVID-19 infection from 3 weeks ago, and that's been officially confirmed by the club. So he has tested positive for COVID-19, and that's why he isn't in training, and he's still recovering from that. So I believe we're going to expect to see him back maybe end of August, start of September. So he's going to miss the first few games of the season. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is an ex-Liverpool player. Jose Enrique, left back, has come out and talked about the problem with United signing Varane. He's basically said, if United can go out and sign players like Varane for that price, why can't Liverpool? Because you're not Manchester United. That's the answer I've got for you.
Well, because they're only the conduce. Their own is FSG. Yeah. The only reason that I have to say something on the back. I'm glad you mentioned that point. So the only reason that Man United have gone and got Varane and they went and got Sancho is because Man United fans took a stand and said, "Listen, boys, we're not going to take any rubbish from you anymore. You either invest or get out." And that protest, as painful as it was because it affected United's game against Liverpool because they lost, had an adverse effect in the fact that it said, "Listen, boys, we need to sort stuff out now, otherwise we're going to lose it." Yeah. And that's my take on it.
Yeah, no, you bang on, bro. You bang on. I don't think there's much else I've read in transfer news that I actually believe, bro.
No,
Is there anything else that you've heard of that we haven't actually mentioned, bro? Or
no, I think we pretty much covered. I mean, I would just like to tell everybody on the thread and as well as Shaz, and this is really important, Shaz. You need to read this. What I'm about to put up. This is important.
Manchester will always be red, and you can believe that. Yes, yes, Mr. Roman Reigns. I mean, yeah, you're bang on. So, I mean, I'm going to go through a few little bits that I like to go through, during the day when I'm at work. I like to bring up the transfer rumours that most people will have read today. So I'm going to go through them really quickly because I know we spoke about a couple of them already. So, starting off, Manchester City for Harry Kane. Tottenham actually want 160 million for him. And I think City have offered 120, so there's a 40 million gap between the two of them. Chelsea are still hopeful of signing or re-signing Lukaku from Inter.
Yeah.
For some reason, it says Barca are set to offer Messi a new 5-year deal because I don't think he's actually re-signed with him yet, but he's saying he's staying at Barca. So that's a big move. That's not really big. We all knew he was going to stay. I think he was just, spitting his dummy out to get more money. Another deal that's almost close is Axel Tuanzebe from United to Newcastle on loan.
That's good. That is. He needs.
I think for Axel Tuanzebe, that'll be good. He'll get more first team football. He'll get Premiership experience with a good club. Another move at Newcastle, they've inquired about the possibility of signing Aaron Ramsey from Juventus.
Yes.
Now, this is an interesting one. United have 12 months to convince Dortmund's striker Haaland that they are the right club for him. He's also wanted by Chelsea and a load of other clubs. United are expected to make a move for him next summer when the clubs can trigger the release clause. Well, it says here it's about 75 million, not 65 million like we've heard. Aston Villa have made a second bid for Southampton's James Ward-Prowse. Their initial bid of 25 million was rejected. Leicester, Leeds, and Everton are competing for the signature of Real Madrid's Asensio. I think whichever club he ends up at out of those three, they've got a bargain because I think Asensio isn't. Yeah, as far as I remember, Madrid have said they're not going to offer him a new deal. So they sell him before Christmas or he goes for free. So if one of those clubs snaps him up now, they're probably going to get him for what, 30, 40 million?
Correct,
which is a bargain for a player like Asensio. He's won everything with Real Madrid. He's won the Champions League. He's won the La Liga. Didn't he win the World Cup or the Euros with Spain as well? Yeah. So he's very, very decorated midfielder. I think Leicester he'd do well at Leicester's. He'd do well at Leicester. At Leeds he'd absolutely kill it. At Everton, I think if Everton keep him and Rodriguez, that'd be a killer partnership in midfield. So that's a very interesting development, that, bro. Atletico Madrid are preparing for Kieran Trippier's move to United by lining up a replacement with Florenzi. But I have heard reports that they haven't actually made any type of formal bid yet, but he is on their radar. Sheffield United are in talks with former England under-21 midfielder Ronaldo Vieira from Sampdoria.
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle are looking to sign Kamara from Marseille for 10 million. Decent. Mourinho is keen to sign Dortmund's Thomas Delaney after failing to sign Granit Xhaka from Arsenal.
Yeah.
Tottenham are in initial talks with Wolves about signing Connor Cody, who obviously Nuno has worked with when he was at Wolves, and he's very keen to reunite with him at Spurs. Milan boss Inzaghi is determined to keep Marcos Alonso. No, sorry, I apologise. He's determined to keep pursuing Chelsea for their left back, Marcos Alonso.
Okay.
Arsenal and Everton have both been linked with a move for American striker Matthew Hopp from Schalke. Argentina goalkeeper Caballero is being linked with a return to Spain at Malaga after he was released from Chelsea in the summer. Norwich have started talks with Bournemouth about signing Danish midfielder Philip Billing. So those are a couple that I've read, and there's a little bit more. Rodriguez has been told he has no future, as you mentioned, in Rafa Benitez's plans at Everton, and he's free to leave the club if the club receives a suitable offer. Stupid move from Rafa Benitez. As soon as he signs with Everton, he's selling one of their best players. Very bad move. I don't know why. Atletico Madrid are at the head of the race, above Arsenal, to sign Inter Milan's Martinez, who is valued at about £77 million. So this is an interesting one. Inter Milan have turned down Arsenal's offer to include Hector Bellerin or Lacazette as part of any deal for Martinez. So Arsenal are trying to do player plus cash for Martinez by using Lacazette or Bellerin to Milan for him plus money, which they've rejected straight away. So they don't want your rubbish players. They just want the money. Tottenham have had a 43 million bid for Christian Romero accepted by Atalanta. That's the player I was mentioning earlier. So the bid has been accepted. So I think it's just personal terms, wages and stuff like that. And then obviously we move on to the medical. And then as Fabrizio says, it's here we go. Leeds United are interested in signing Adama Traore from Wolves. I think that's what did you mention Leeds as part of that when you said it earlier? Yeah,
correct. Yeah.
Tottenham are also considering a move for him as well.
Yeah.
And you mentioned obviously that Leon Goretzka, who was linked with United, they've turned around and said he's looking likely that he's going to sign a new contract at Munich. Like I said, I hate players that use bigger clubs like United to get a better deal. West Ham are still in talks over Kurt Zuma, but are struggling to reach an agreement.
Yeah, I think they want him and Kurt Zuma wants to move to West Ham. He doesn't want to be part of a swap deal for Koundé, who's in Spain, but it'll be interesting to see how that one works out and plays out.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's a couple of others, so I'll just quickly run through these. And then obviously if there's anything you want to add. So Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel has said the future of Ruben Loftus-Cheek at Chelsea is in the player's own hands. So it's up to him if he wants to stay or leave. Crystal Palace want to sign England forward Lookman from RB Leipzig on loan, but they are facing competition from Burnley and Watford for his signature. The agents of Tottenham defender Sanchez has held talks with Sevilla, where the 25-year-old Colombian seen as a potential replacement for Koundé, who has been linked with obviously Chelsea and Man United as well. Wolves have expressed interest in signing Aaron Ramsey from Juve, as we mentioned. Newcastle said the same. Wolves Spanish striker Rafa Mir has been offered to Barcelona. He's only made 4 appearances at Wolves after joining from Valencia in 2018, and he's been sent out on loan 3 times. So they've had a player, sent him out on loan 3 times. He's had 4 appearances of the club, and now they've offered him to Barca. Sick. Well, that's going to happen. Sheffield United are interested. I've heard this as well. They're after signing United's player James Garner on loan. He has been on loan in the Championship recently with Nottingham Forest, I believe, last season, and another club. I think it was Watford. Burnley and Watford are going head-to-head in a race to sign Scottish left-back Josh Doig for $4 million.
Yeah.
And lastly, what I've heard on here is Southampton are demanding $6 million for Michael Obafemi, who is attracting interest from Blackburn Rovers.
Fair enough.
So there's quite a lot of rumours flying around. I think some of them are just made up, like the Goretzka one, to get him a better deal at Dortmund. Benzema could have done the same before his contract negotiation started, but he's kept quiet because he knows he wants to stay, and I think Real Madrid want to keep him. There's no point of him, thinking of moving. And I think players who have respect for other clubs, not to use them to get a better deal, are more, they're better human beings, if you ask me. I think if you say that you're interested in a club, whether you are or you're not, just to get a better deal to stay where you are is a very sneaky move. And agents use it a lot these days. They put interest in the news that such and such a player is interested in, or Man United are interested in such and such a player. And then you'll have someone like Solskjaer turn around and say, we're not interested in this dude.
Yeah. No worries. Hold on.
You answer that, bro. So yes, people, this has been a transfer update. It's been very informative with a lot of talk from Man United, a lot of talk from other clubs. And I will be honest, I haven't heard a lot from either Liverpool or Arsenal in the past few days. I've heard a lot from United. I've heard a lot from Chelsea, Man City, Tottenham. You've heard a lot from even the smaller clubs like Wolves, Newcastle, but you've not heard much from Liverpool. They obviously sold Wijnaldum, and obviously they've not brought anyone in to replace him yet. So I think they are looking at a replacement, but who knows who it's going to be. There's been no talk about who they're looking to replace him with. There's no talk about any other players coming in at Liverpool. It looks like they're going to have a quiet summer, a quiet transfer window. And my boy Shazad has gone quiet on us. I believe he's had a very important phone call. He's just dropped me a message saying it's a very important phone call. So he apologises that he had to head off for a bit. But transfer-wise, that is all the news we had. So I really, really do appreciate everyone tuning in. I do appreciate everyone who has subscribed, appreciate the viewers. We really appreciate everything. And like Shaz says at the start, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We are now on the race to 200. And as I mentioned, the prize draw was for the first 100 people to subscribe to the channel. But because we haven't been able to see the names, we want to get as many people included as possible. So if you take it off invisible and put it as a visible and we can see it, we will add you on. And anyone that signs up from now up until midnight on Saturday or until we do the draw on Sunday, we will add you to the list. The prize is a mystery prize, and me and Shaz have discussed what the prize is, and we'll be going out to get it this weekend before the draw. So again, thank you for all the people that have subscribed and helped us reach 100. It is really appreciated. Now let's push for that 200 mark. As always, my Twitter handle is there, ShazMac. You can hit the official finished article on Facebook and Twitter. The information for that is scrolling across the bottom. And as we said earlier, that is everything. So I'm going to cut it off there. Shaz is away, but he will be back on the next episode, which will be tomorrow. So tune in for that. We will be doing a reaction video. So please tune in for that. And we've got some other episodes scheduled. So if you see the episode scheduled, please leave yourself. Please put it down as a reminder so you don't miss it, because we have got some great content coming your way. So thank you everyone for tuning in. That's all for this evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.